I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today on Dark Matters, I'm going to talk about sponges in Minecraft 1.8. Now, sponges were around before Minecraft 1.8, but they really didn't have a use. Now you have two types of sponges. One's a wet sponge, which you can see right here over on the left, and there's like drops of water dripping out of it. And dry sponges over here to the right, which are sponges that don't have any water in them. Now the use for a sponge now is you can use a sponge to suck up water, and I'm going to show you that right now. So let's go back around here to this little pond right here. Now it would take quite a few buckets to empty this pond out, but I'm going to empty it out with just a few sponges. A sponge will suck up water up to 5 blocks away, I believe. So let's stick a sponge down in here. And you see how much water that one sponge took up. I'll put one over here. So we've already cleaned half of this pond out of water with just 2 sponges. So I'm going to go back over here, place one right down there, and over here and place one right there. Alright, so 4 sponges cleared out this entire pond right here. So once you have a wet sponge, or to get a dry sponge, you can take a wet sponge and dry it out with a furnace. So let's try that right now. I go over to the furnace here, and I'm going to take a wet sponge, and I'm going to put one right up here. Now I'm going to take a single plank of wood and put it here. And as that is burning, I'm going to put a bucket in place of where the fuel would go. And you can see the sponge dried out and I get a bucket of water. Now that sponge held a lot more water than that. So this is kind of a bonus thing that you can get a bucket of water out of a sponge. But if you wanted a bunch of buckets of water, it's very inefficient to use a sponge, because a sponge will clear out the water really fast, but you're only going to get 1 bucket of water for it. So if you wanted a lot of water, you just take the buckets directly. Now I'm going to try something else. I'm going to, let me put this down here. I'm going to take this, put it there, put another sponge up there, and I'm going to take a plank and put it here. Now I'm not going to put a bucket there now, and I'm going to let this dry out the sponge. And we lose all the water in that case. So presumably it just evaporated, or the water evaporated as it dried out, and we didn't collect any of the water. So those are the 2 ways you can dry out a sponge. Very useful for cleaning out water. You could use them to clear out the water in an ocean monument, for example, and use that as your headquarters. I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy playing Minecraft. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.